Let's start with our today's video. I have this position on the screen, and this position is just for the exercise that what you people have learned from my previous videos. I want you people to pause the video and give a thought that how to play, how white plays and wins. I know that you have immediately come to the point that if in this position we are just going to outflank the black king. Wherever he goes, you are going to come and pick this pawn. And there is no way that black can stop white from taking this pawn. So let's continue with our advanced level examples. Now we have this position in front of us, and I want you people to pause the video and think it is white to play and draw, and how he could do that. Remember that this position is a very tricky one. It is really not an easy one. You will have to do a lot of calculations in it. And to if you have seen my videos, you will understand the concepts behind which would be used in this video. I hope you have come to the point that if we come over here and over here on b3 and try to capture this pawn, black would be fast enough to take this pawn, or he could go like this on c5 and capture this pawn, and then this black pawn would be free to move. So what is the best plan over here? The plan is the same, but there is many tricks in it. Let's see what happens. King c2, king a5, king b3. And now here black makes a tricky move. And that one is a2. Now I want you people to pause the video and think that how white should continue from over. The point is that if we take this pawn and black captures it and he goes over here, his pawn would be free and this black king would have an opposition and white would be unable to counter it. So the best continuation over here is that you are going to play the move king b2. Now the same problem arises. If kindly give a think and that is it possible that black can capture this pawn and on the next move white, if white captures, then what happens? The problem is that if black captures this pawn and white captures this pawn on a2, then it is a draw. The reason behind is that then king could move easily over here and gets the opposition. So the best move for black over here is king b4, and this is why it is called an advanced level, that now you have to give a think once again that white to play and draw. Only one move wins and all the other moves loses. The point here is that you are going to not capture this pawn over here. You are going to just give a tempo move to black, a free move that I'm not going to capture it. I'm going to play to a1 instead. Let's see if instead of playing king a1 over here, black goes for king into a2. Now you see the problem because after king into a4, king b2, king b4, king c2, king into c4, king d2, and now king d4. And black has the opposition and white has to move. He has to give way. Over here, you can make a mistake by playing the move like d5 because it would be a draw. The reason behind is that now white would have the opposition. So we are back to our main position. These are types of the positions where you have to totally calculate your way till the end. And here white can draw. The reason is that he's not going to take the pawn on a3. He is just going to jungle around it. And when black would take this pawn, then white could take this pawn, a3 pawn or a2 pawn, when it would be moved over here with tempo. This is the best example of the tempo. Here, white is not giving the tempo to black by playing the move king b2. And black is also not giving the tempo to white. And he goes for king b4. And king a1 still over here. And black can't come over here because then this pawn will move forward. The only option he has, whether he can go over here, sorry, king a5 or king c5. There is no other way. For example, here he took it and I told you that now, yes, this was the actually move and that was the tricky one in the position. I just made it on the board. The point is that it is still a draw. The reason behind is that you are going to play this move c5 and black had to capture it. Pawn into c5 and now you can take it. And now you would have the opposition because king moves over here, king b2, king comes over here, king c2. Advanced endgames are not easy ones. You have to calculate till the end. And expert endgames are more difficult than these ones. If you know the ideas of the basic endgames, you could apply them in the game. For example, in this game, in this position, the idea was that you are going to just keep the tempo move with yourself. Just it. And you are going to hit this, play this pawn when the time would be right. I hope you have understood this position. Let's continue to our next example. This is a position and I want to here white can draw actually, and you can understand that the point is that it is all about the triangulation and opposition. It's black's to move and black's immediate move will be king d6. Now king to c2 and king c1 both are equal. Let's see what if we play king c1 instead. Then what? King into pawn. Now king c2, king d6, king c3, king c7. Black is going for triangulation. And white could also go for the triangulation. And there is no way that white or black would make progress in this position. I hope you have understood this position also. And we come for next position, and here it is. I want you people to pause the video and think it is whites to move and black draws. The problem in this position for white is that he can't do triangulation on this A file, and black can do the triangulation on this C and B file. This is the reason. This is the reason. Now, king to B4, king C6, king A3, trying to trick black. But king C5, the same problem is that if you go over here, king to B3, then same king D6. You can do the triangulation over here. And white king can't weaken his pawn. Because if it tries to come over from over here, then this pawn would be weak. It can be captured. Even if this pawn could be captured. So I hope you have understood the concept that in these types of positions, black draws, the reason behind is that he has, white does not has this triangulation on this file. This is blocked. What happens if the same position arises, but now the king is on C file and he has these two files for him, white king. Now what happens? It is black's to move and he loses. Even if it is white's to move, he wins. And for example, if you go for king d7, now what? Now you are going to immediately exchange your one of the pawns. And you have to calculate that do you, after exchanging, would you be able to get the opposition? And yes, you could get the opposition. The point is this, that you play the move d5. After pawn into d5, king into d5, the king has to give the way. He will move here, and then your king would move over here, and you will get the opposition. In these types of position, you have to think thorough. So d5, king into d5, king into d5, king c7, king c5, king b7, king b5, and you know from the basic endgames that this is a one position for white. Okay, we move to our next example. And this position is a draw. The problem is that in my previous videos, there was a similar example where we had a pawns like this, but there were not these pawns. And you remember that white continues to try to exchange these pawns. In the end, the pawn which is being left is the h pawn, and white king tucks in the corner. And you know that each pawn draws. Let's check it out. White goes for king e3. King comes over here, king d5. Now king d3. If he tries to move the pawn e6, f into e6, king into f6. Now king d4. Even e4 works. f5 check, g into f5, check, king f6. King comes back, king e3, king into f5, and now king f3. And king has to move back. King g6, king e6, king f5, king f3. And there is no way that black can make progress. For example, he goes for king e5, king g4, king f6, king f3, and king f5. He has the position. After king e3, he plays the move g4, h into g4, king into g4, and now you will be fast enough to come over here to h1 and draw the game. I hope you have understood the concept that this h pawn draws and these three pawns on both sides and these two pawns of white are going to be exchanged. So it comes to our next position, and here white black to play and win the game. And you would have immediately judged that it is simple, that it is outflanking the white king. And the main move over here is king e2. If you move king c1, then white has the opposition. And there is no way that you can make progress over here. Because after king d3 and you comes, for example, king b2, now king e4, king c3, king d5, king b4, and now king c6. When you take this pawn, he is going for this pawn. King d4, king into pawn, and these pawns are going to promote at same time. So once again, never make a mistake like this when you are winning. When you have a position like this, always try to outflank your opponent. And that is king e2. After that, king c2, trying to uh, oppose the king, black king, but king e3. After king c3, now king e4. King c2, king d4, king b3, and now king d3. And king has to go back, and now black wins. Because he is going to capture this pawn and this pawn also. And white king could not do anything against these two pawns. So I hope you have understood the concept also over here, that in advanced positions you have to do a lot of calculations also. And this a single move draws, which is king c1, but king e2 wins. Always try to outflank your opponent however you can. So keep that in your mind. Okay. Now we come to our next example. And I have already told you that it is all about, from the position you immediately judged, that this is a distinct opposition. And here it is white's move, and he would immediately go for king e3. And what the trick is over here? What would be the black's move? How he can get the distinct opposition? These positions are tricky ones. You have to give a thought to them. The point is to get the immediate opposition is that he is going to play the move king e7 and king d3. What happens if white plays the move immediately king d4, then black directly opposes him immediately king d6. So he try to trick black by playing the move king d3, but still black is going to continue with his, with his plan, and he is going to get the distinct opposition, and there is no way that white or black can make progress. Only in that sense if one of them make a mistake. I hope you have understood this concept also. So let's move on to our next concept. And this is a dead draw position. I just wanted to show you that white king can't leave this pawn because it is just two-way from promoting. And black can't do anything because these two pawns are connected one and these are coming directly. So this is a dead draw position. Black is going to move over here like this and white is going to move like this. Okay. We move to our next example. And here, sorry, here. This is a tricky one. This is not an easy one. I want you people to give a thought and calculate deeply. This is not an easy one. This is really a tough one. It is white to play and this position is a draw. Do you people think that white can win this game or black can? White or black can win this game if one of them make a mistake. Now, main move over here is that white's plan is that he's going to go over here and capture these pawns. And his black is going to try and hold him. But white has this tempo move with him. These two tempo moves. He has these two tempo moves. I want you people to think that would he be able to use them? Let's check it out. King d4, king d6, and now c3, the first tempo move white uses. For example, if instead of c3 he immediately goes for c4, then what? Are you going to take on c4 because you can't hold on. For example, if you go for king e6, if c5 is being played, then the position is completely blocked. But what happens if white takes into the pawn? Now, I want you people to give a think. These are the type of positions where you have to give a lot of think. That are you going to immediately capture this pawn, or you are going to play some other move? The point is that you are not going to immediately capture this pawn because white immediately comes over here, king c5, and now this position gets tricky. King 5. You have got to calculate thoroughly that after you have taken this pawn on b5 and you go for taking up this pawn, would your pawn would be able to queen at the same time, or black would be fast enough to go for like this, and would his pawn would be fast enough to queen? Let's check it out. King into b5 and king f4, king c6, king into pawn, king into pawn, king 3, now b5, g4, b3, g3, b7, g2, pawn, queens, b8, g1, queen. And board is completely open. Although white has these two pawns against black has these two pawns against white's one pawn. But the board is completely open. This complete board is open. And white can continuously give the checks. On seconds, this position is tricky when you are on seconds. But this is a draw. So this happens if you play the move over here c4 immediately. Now we check out that what happens if white goes for c3. Now what? King e6, king c5. Now you have taken control of this square, c5 square. And black tries to counter you with king d7. Now what to do? If you goes back, black king would come over here to d6. So you strike. You have to play the move now c4. And here you have to give it think. Black can't weaken the security of this pawn, so he must take this pawn, which he captures. King into c4, now king d6, king d4, king e7, and now black does the triangle, and there is no way that white can make progress. For example, king c5, now king d7. And if you play the move, for example, b5 over here, after c into b5, king into b5, the position is still equal because now this position has become tricky one. Because after taking this pawn on a4, black has this pawn move over here. And this is still a draw. Because, sorry, this is a win. If black plays immediately the move c5, instead of it, he is first going to counter the white king. White gets out of the way of the pawn, and now king d4, a4, c5, a5, c4, c4, check, and king to c2. And here you could, sorry, here white is winning, sorry. Instead of the move um, c4 check, actually I was disturbed by the presence of my nephew over here, and I forgot that what I was doing because my attention converted to him. Here the move is that king d3 over here, and white king gets out of the way. King b2, king d2, and king b3, and here it is a draw because there is no way that both of them make progress. So we come back to our position. After c3, black immediately opts for something, and that is c5 check. Because c5 check and b into c5, king e6, and it is a draw because the reason is that white is going to play king e4. He can't play the move like over here to c6 because then black would be able to capture it, and his chances of winning would be better. So black holds the position, and there is no way to make the progress. King d4 and king f6. Even still, this position is a very tricky one. For example, if white still tries to play the move c4, now after b into c4, king into c4, king f5, and here, the reason behind that he would be fast enough and white would be slow to capture this pawn. and white would have to do a very accurate defense in this type of position. So this was the end of the today's video. As I told you people that from the advanced and expert level, complete calculation roundabout starts. Here there are many concepts which we were able to use over here of the basic end games, but you have to calculate very deep in these types of positions. I hope you enjoyed my video. Kindly hit the bell icon button, subscribe, and like the video. Thank you very much.